Hey, it's Laura here. How are you? I hope you are doing okay. Um, I wanted to share a message today. This week, I've talked an awful lot about finding a way of really connecting into the fire in our belly. And maybe that is a result from feeling stuck in somewhere in our life. If we feel stuck by circumstance or situation, be that in our immediate situation or something globally, how we can use that fire in our belly to really make a change, how we can make a significant change to how we feel and our immediate environment, and how we can tap into that really. And this message really today has it's just come about after connecting with a couple of students during this week, and how our mindset is just, it's so powerful, isn't it? It really is. We're always going to find that we have certain limitations in our life. We are going to be physically limited. Yeah, there's no getting away from that. That might be, limitations in our body, what our body can do. That might be, the inability to necessarily be where we want or go where we want. And we're seeing it now in the world, aren't we? Play out that we can't, like I want to go to India, but I can't go to India right now. So there are limitations. There are physical limitations to what we can and can't do. And there's no denying that. But I do believe, and I believe it with my heart because I witness it through my own experiences, that our mindset is the biggest barrier. It really is. Our mindset is the biggest barrier to being the kind of person that we want to be. And I just had some really wonderful moments this week where I've witnessed it in moments where I've witnessed it with my clients, and I've seen them really make significant breakthroughs in their practice. And what it always comes down to? Mindset. Having that that frame of mind to really have faith, and it's almost like this inexhaustible desire, to not give up, to not let go, to not give in, to not cave in. And sometimes that can be really hard, that can be really, really difficult when sometimes it's easier to give in. It's easier just to give it all up. And, and that doesn't necessarily mean just on our yoga mat, and I talked about this in one of my classes this week, that when we look at our yoga practice, we look at our asana yoga practice, right? It's a metaphor, isn't it? It's a metaphor for the way that we live our life. When we come across different postures for the body, how that reflects in the mind. So how that posture is then reflected in the mind, but how we can, how we respond to those challenges on our yoga mat can better prepare us for the way that we respond in our world, in our life, right? So it's a metaphor, and sometimes when the external gets crazy, and we feel as though perhaps we're losing more and more ability to do what we want, to be where we want. And maybe it's something, as simple as that you're in a job that you don't like and you feel like you're really stuck there and you can't leave. That in itself can really weigh us down, and it can make us feel really, really suffocated and claustrophobic, that we feel that we're hemmed in. How can we use our mindset? How can we use a frame of mind to overcome those challenges? And there isn't a technique. There isn't, it's not as though and I'm talking about yoga because it's my field of work, right? But it's not as though we practice yoga for 10 years and then we find the secret, right? There is no secret. It's just that we keep going, we keep trying, and we don't give up. We just don't give up. And we don't give up on ourselves. We don't give up on ourselves. We don't give up on the idea that there is a better way. We don't give up on the idea that that we aren't capable. We don't give up on the idea that we're not strong enough. At what point, we have to ask ourselves, at what point did we convince ourselves of these stories, And again, relating it back to yoga, I was having this conversation with clients during the week, and I do it to myself. I do it to myself. I've done it before in the past. Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that posture because I just I've got really tight shoulders. Yeah, I can't do that. And convincing myself for many years that that something just wasn't attainable because I have really tight shoulders. But then through persistence and through a lot of work, a lot of inner work, and a lot of practice every single day, I come to this realization that yes, coming back to my initial point, yes, we might have physical limitations in our life, that there are just some things that we cannot do, and that's okay. But in terms of our mental barriers and the stories that we hold about ourselves, how many of those stories are we holding about ourselves that are actually inhibiting us and stopping us from being the best version of ourselves? And it's almost like it gives us this opportunity. It gives us this opportunity to remember. And I always remember a teacher saying to me, or saying in a class, that yoga is about unlearning. Yoga is about unlearning all of the things that we've learned through our life, and stripping back and peeling back the layers until we come to this realization that we are everything. Yeah, we are already everything. We are capable of so much. We really are. But through, experiences in our life, through conditioning, through what we get taught, through what we hear, through what we see, we get conditioned into thinking that we're smaller than ourselves, that we're less capable, that we can't do it, we're not strong enough. We're not capable, we're not worthy. But in fact, you are so capable and you are so worthy. So can you be mindful of your internal conversations and notice when you start replaying those stories in your mind, and catch yourself, be like, oh, I just told myself that I can't do that because of X, Y, and Z, and actually call it out and say, well, where does that come from? Where does that belief come from? And, how can we go about instilling and uploading a new belief? Because that's really what it is, isn't it? It's about relearning and uploading a new version, a new software, a new belief system that enables us to take that next step and actually, remember that we are effing amazing, that we are so capable. And yeah, so my little leaving gift for you today, words to ponder on, thoughts, a message to think about, and be kind with yourself as you do it. If you go through this process, if you find yourself, learning and then unlearning, be kind and gentle with yourself, be compassionate whilst you do it, take time, surround yourself, oh my goodness, surround yourself with everything that you need. Surround yourself and bolster yourself up with the people, oh my goodness, it's so important right now, with the people that support you, the people that get you. Life is too short to just hang on to relationships or people or places or things memories, whatever, for the sake of just holding on because you think you should or you ought to, or you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. My goodness, you deserve the world. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to feel everything because you are everything. So surround yourself with all the goodness, please. Make sure that you tread carefully and gently with yourself and nestle yourself amongst people and places and things and food that enhances you and enriches your life. Drink lots of water. I wish I drank more water when I was younger. Drink all the water. Enjoy the sunshine. Yeah, get out in the sun. Let nature support you. And and believe in yourself because you are amazing.